Pleasure to introduce our speaker, Kevin Jordan. Kevin is the owner of Red Point Marketing Consultants and a certified duct tape marketing consultant, which means he's part of an elite network of consultants all over the world who have been specially trained by some of the top experts in small business marketing industry. Members of the Duct Tape Marketing Consultant Network must go through a rigorous application process and attend a week-long intensive training session at the Duct Tape Marketing World Headquarters in Kansas City. They also attend bi-weekly webinars put on specifically for Consultant Network, featuring top experts from a variety of marketing disciplines. Once a year, the Duct Tape Marketing Consultants gather for a 4-day conference where they learn from top consultants in networking how to better apply various marketing principles and tactics to help their clients. Kevin has been a presenter at this conference each of the past 2 years on topics related to video marketing and podcasting. In addition to helping educate and train other consultants, Kevin provides training for small business owners through in-person workshops and through his free podcast, the Small Business Marketing Minute, which is available on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. He is also the co-author of the Small Business Owner's Guide to Local Lead Generation, which has been endorsed by numerous best-selling authors and marketing experts, including founder of BNI, Dr. Ivan Meisner. Please join me in welcoming Kevin.
Thank you, Ben. All right, I've got 2 handouts for everybody, so if you could take one and pass that along, Ben, I would appreciate it. Just so you know, next week at the BNI meeting, there will be a quiz over the content of these handouts. Minimum passing score, 85%, so anyone who doesn't get that will immediately eject you from the chapter. So just make sure you study up for that. No, I'm just kidding, of course. What this is just an explanation of the various services that I offer, because despite my best efforts, I feel like there's still a little bit of confusion among the members here as to what exactly it is that I do. So I wanted to lay it all out for you today. And so what we'll do is go through some of the packages that are on the handouts there. And then I'm actually going to present a short case study related to a client that I've been working with. And we'll show you how I've actually applied some of these strategies with that client. So the first package I want to call your attention to, and I'm sure you've seen my high definition projector here that is maybe not quite up to the task in a room this size, but work with me. First package I want to call your attention to is the branding and strategy package. This one is appropriate for new businesses, businesses going through a rebranding process, or a business that's been around for a while that just wants to better understand their value proposition and why people, in fact, do business with them. It includes a number of things you'd expect, like logo design and design of various marketing materials, but it also includes something very unique, which is number 1 there, the customer interviews. I've actually never heard or seen of another small business marketing consultant outside the Duct Tape Consultant Network that does this. And it never fails to yield some really valuable intelligence about why people do business with a particular company. So it's one of the things that makes me stand out from my competition. On the back side of that, we've got the Total Online Presence package, which includes basically everything that a business needs to get themselves established online or improve their presence online. Things like the website, social media, a profile setup, directory listings, and all that sort of thing. And last but definitely not least, the Local Marketing Manager package, which is on the other flyer, deals with ongoing services that I can provide to a business to handle their marketing on an ongoing basis. So if someone wants to outsource the role of chief marketing officer or marketing director, I can do things like handle their social media posting, their blog posting, direct mail campaigns, online advertising, and a variety of other things. So what we're going to do now is take a look at a quick case study involving one of my current clients, and that's Dynamark Security of Richmond. Just to give you some background information on the company, have been in business 30 years in the Richmond area. They're one of the largest independently owned security companies in Richmond with over 2,000 customers. And the owner, Frank Pegram, is also actually a BNI member. Now, before he came to me, Frank was working with a number of different marketing people. He was working with one person who had designed his previous site and was helping him with his search engine optimization. A second person had just built him a new website. A third person was helping him with direct mail. And a fourth person was managing his online advertising. And none of them were really talking that much to each other, and some of them weren't even talking to Frank that much. So it's kind of a little bit of a mess. And one of these people actually referred Frank to me and said he recognized the situation wasn't really very good and said, Frank, hey, you need to go talk to Kevin because he can help you straighten all this out. So the plan that we put together was basically to work together for a couple months to solidify the brand and the strategy, create some content for him to use in his marketing, and then from that point transition into the marketing manager type services like the email marketing and blogging and that sort of thing. Now, I don't have time today to go through everything that we've done as part of this project, but what I want to do is hit some highlights and talk about 5 of the most successful tactics that we've been using with him and some of the results we've gotten with those tactics. So if maybe Ben or someone else could time me every time I start talking about a new tactic. I want you to give me the high sign when I get to a minute, and then we're going to move on to the next tactic. So 5 tactics in 5 minutes. All right, so the first tactic I want to discuss is the marketing kit. A lot of Dynamark Security's competitors like ADT and FrontPoint and other national security companies have some very slick marketing materials for their salespeople that they can use when they go talk to a homeowner. Frank didn't have anything like that. So we wanted to create something that he could use for him and his sales reps in a presentation for a homeowner that explained his packages, that explained their process, and that had a case study, frequently asked questions, should ask questions, customer testimonials, and that sort of thing, so that he could appear more professional and compete better with these national brands. So that's the first tactic. Moving right along, the second tactic is email marketing. We've been talking a lot about this in the past couple weeks. In the case of Dynamark Security, he had email addresses for over 900 of his customers, nearly half his customers. He was not doing anything with these email addresses. The only communication they got from him was when they got a bill for their monitoring. On the other hand, ADT was communicating with them. FrontPoint was communicating with them. All the other security companies who wanted them as customers were communicating with them. So this was not good. So we designed an email newsletter that gets sent out to his customer base twice a month that includes a home security tip, available updates for their system, tips on how to use their system better, and that sort of thing. And so far it's been going very well. The average open rate for the emails in the home improvement industry is about 25%. His so far has been between 35 to 45%. So it's, the open rate has been much higher than the average. And it's been generating phone calls as well. Another tactic we've tried is direct mail. We sent out a postcard mailing to his entire customer base, again, to improve the communication. And the postcard advertised the opportunity to win a free year of alarm monitoring services. And this is the postcard right here on the left. To enter, they had to go to his website, and we used the same branding on a page on the website as we did on the postcard, so people would immediately recognize they're in the right place. They could put in their name and email address to enter to win the sweepstakes, and by doing that, we were able to collect about 70 additional email addresses to add to his email list. So that was over a 7% response from the mailing, nearly double the usual average for a direct mail campaign. And on the back, we also advertised available upgrades for their alarm systems. How am I doing? All right. This is tactic is one I'm really excited about, reputation marketing. customer reviews are huge now. The stats say that a good majority of people rely on reviews to make buying decisions. Using a tool called Grade.us, we set up this page for his company. And I know you can't read the text, but it says, please take a moment to rate your experience with us, and it has 5 stars, and people can select what star rating they want to give him. Here's the cool part. If they give him a 4 or 5 star rating, it takes them to this screen, which then prompts them to leave a review on Google, Yelp, or Facebook about their experience. If they give him a 1 or 2 star rating, it instead takes them to this screen, which provides a feedback form where they can tell Frank what the problem was, do their rant to Frank before going out and doing it for the world to see. Using this system, we've been able to intercept several negative reviews before they got out there for everybody to see. And we've actually gotten 5 positive reviews, 5 5-star reviews on Google, which now, I know as blurry as this is, it's hard to see, but even with that, you can see this search result from Google. That's his company and stands out versus all of his competitors who have no reviews. That's ADT right there. So he's listed first. He's got the 5-star reviews, and that really increases the click-throughs to his website from people searching for alarm services. The last tactic I want to talk about is pay-per-click advertising. When people do searches in the Richmond area on Google for things related to home security systems and burglar alarms, his ad will come up, which asks, you need a security alarm, and then talks about how you can download a buyer's guide. When people click through on the ad, instead of going to his main website, they go to a landing page that we've set up where they can download a buyer's guide, which is actually just his marketing kit. And in order to do that, they need to enter their name and email. We just started this campaign, so it's too early to tell how it's going to do, but I can say that so far we've gotten 8 click-throughs to this landing page. Of those 8 people, 1 filled out the form, and they did subsequently contact Frank to schedule a meeting to get a quote for their alarm system. And that's after spending only $56 in clicks for that 1 lead, which is a very good return so far. The last thing I want to talk about to wrap things up is to kind of teach you guys a little bit how to spot my ideal customer and how to refer me to that person. So on the back side of one of these things, where it says on the back of the local marketing manager package, how to refer Redpoint marketing consultants, the top section there has a list of ways that you can spot my ideal customer. The nice thing about what I do is it's very easy to spot my ideal customer because they're going to be the ones trying to drum up business out in the world for their company. They're just going to be doing it very badly. So the first one, for example, is a business that is spending money on expensive traditional advertising like radio ads, newspaper ads, road signs, things like that. They're an ideal customer for me because, and this one is important, it means they have a budget. People need to have money in order to work with me. That's a very key ingredient. So knowing that they're doing advertising says that they have a budget, they're just not spending it very well. So that's a person that I can really help get a better return on their investment than what they're most likely getting. I won't go through all the rest of them, but I've talked about some of them before. Like a classic one is the business email address is set up using a free service like Hotmail or Gmail. That's a very common one. They're using a business Facebook page instead of a website, and so on and so forth. The last one is one of my favorites. When you call a business, you either get a voicemail box that is full and won't accept new messages, voicemail box that's not formatted, phone that just rings and never gets picked up, or my personal favorite, someone who answers the phone and sounds annoyed that you're calling them. Any of those things are good indications that the business doesn't really understand marketing and what all goes into that. At the bottom there, we have a list of phrases or things that you can say to begin the process of referring me to some of the people who have the problems listed at the top. That's all the content I've got for you today. I think that was about 10 minutes. So thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, I can, I guess, take a couple of those if we have time.